My name's Michael. I'm from Remax in Springfield, and I've been using this system now for about 6 to 8 months and having pretty fantastic results. It is a good system, and I quite like the way that it can generate the leads for my business and qualify them as well, because I mean they are genuine either buyers or they're genuine sellers who are inquiring about properties in the area. But wow, it's here. Let's get it on. In this day and age, of course, people are looking for that non-threatening approach to actually hearing or listening or reading about a property. So the internet has taken off. They can find all the photos, the write-ups, they can get all the information, they can research everything without even picking up the phone to a real estate agent. Because most people are worried, once they do phone a real estate agent, that's it, they'll be hounded and hounded and hounded. The beauty about the automated system is that you can get that recorded information straight away, instantaneously. As a real estate agent, we can then capture that lead. We need those leads, because without those leads, and that's the problem with print media, that's the problem with internet advertising, is that, yeah, there's 20 to 30 or 50 to 100 people looking at it per day, but we don't know who they are. Who are they? We have absolutely no inclination of who that person is. We want to talk to them, because once we can talk to them, then we've given them that third element. Pictures, the write-up, and then we can talk to them, and we can actually use our tone, our voice, to actually then be able to not so much sell the property, but to sell the appointment. I've been using professional-made signs, and now I add your hopefully to it with the telephone and phone now. And I've certainly seen that now there's a call to action. So it's not only got my face here, this property is for sale, but they can actually do something to then find out more information about the property. So they can drive past and see the sign, ring the number, bang, straight away they can hear about the property. I can give them more information on the automated recording than I can in the little tiny bits of write-up that I can do on brochures, flyers, and print media advertising, newspapers and that sort of thing. Basically, it's helped me in a lot, where my phone still rings, but a lot of the pre-buyers now, because they are ringing the interactive sign, I'm not getting flooded with the general basic inquiries about what is this property. They're ringing the information sign. When it's in the newspaper, I mean, they can ring me at any time, but generally speaking, most people won't ring you after 6 o'clock because they feel that that's your time. Now they can ring it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, and they will always be able to hear about that property without any questions, without any salesperson sort of talking back at them. But we can dedicate a certain hour or 2 hours to the day to then call back these fresh leads, tell them more about the property, organise our appointments. Bob's your uncle, it's all done. When I do my listing appointments now, I take a package with me, which is basically a lot to do with the phone first stuff. I offer the same as what everyone else does, so professional photography, professional sign, internet listings, newspaper advertising, and everyone else does. But now I'm the only one in my area at this point in time that can offer something a little bit different. So before I go to the listing, I pre-record their property. Even though I haven't been inside of it, I have asked the pre-qualification questions prior to the listing appointment, where I have found out what are the features of the house. I pre-record that property onto it. Then when I go and do the listing presentation and say, guys, I can give you something, a point of difference. And that point of difference is I can add this sign, which adds, which can increase your sign inquiry up to 300%. It gives us a point of difference to other properties that are on the market at the moment, so we should generate more leads. Then certainly I get them to ring that number. They ring the number and wow, they've heard their property. And of course, beep beep, my phone goes off and I've got an SMS to say, hey, is this your number? I can then ring you back and say, you rang about that property, would you be interested in having a look at it? They love it, absolutely love it, and it has certainly increased almost getting, nearly 100% of my listings now when I am up against other agents. It's a fantastic, it blows their mind. Well, that's all sellers want to know, is they can get more buyer inquiry in the market. You can get the buyer inquiry through the property, you can sell the property. And the more buyers you get through it, the higher price you get. So why wouldn't they want this system? We can guarantee that we can get all the leads, we can get as many leads as possible, and we're doing something that other agents aren't doing, and that is this interactive sign. The system is extremely easy. You just pick up the phone, dial a number, press a couple of stars, press 1, and you can start recording your message. It's fantastic. I've even been in the point where I've been late for appointments, and I've recorded the message on the way to the appointment on my mobile, of course on hands-free. But it's certainly that simple. I do give the option for my vendors to get a professional voiceover, because sometimes that can come across a lot better. Of course, they have that option in their advertising costs where they do pay for that. But it certainly makes a big difference to the property by having a professional voiceover companion on the automated recording. In this market at the moment, where it is a little bit quieter, we're getting a lot more listings and less buyer inquiry, it's certainly a good idea to build my database, and that's something that I really want to do. To do that, of course, you need some sort of lead generation. That's where the recorder service comes in handy. We get the phone calls. If they're not looking at buying now, they go straight onto the database and they are then looked after, so that when they are ready to buy, we'll sell them their house. But if we didn't have this system, we couldn't capture that lead. And that is very, very important. So they may be out in the market at the moment, looking at buying, in the future, not quite yet. I've got them on the database. They know who I am. They'll use me in the future, because I'll keep feeding them with the information that they really do need. Extremely important in this market, especially. The actual sale process comes down to the real estate agent at that time who's selling the home. But to get the lead, that's what Phone First is all about. Just getting the lead, getting the inspection, and then it's our job to do the rest. We can show them the report. We can show, hey, your property has had 20 inquiries, but none of them have come through to me, which means that they've gone to that point, but something is not quite right. Something is holding them back from actually inquiring about the property. And what is it? Is it price? Chances are, maybe in this market, it certainly is price. And then we can use that to then help get the price down. Change the price, see what happens during the next month. Are we getting more calls through? There are a lot of internet-based lead generation sites out there, and they're flooding the market. It's quite simple to do. I mean, I can do it on my own site, create a flyer, and actually have people go to my site and fill in an online appraisal. The difference is, of course, with that site is that you don't know who you're getting. The only thing that you can certainly know that's right is the email address. With the Phone First style, it's about the phone number. The phone number is correct. Generally, the property address is correct. We get an online recorded message of, a voice message of their voice and where they're at. So it's a little bit more personal than the internet. Not everyone has the internet, but certainly, the phone version of an internet or a lead appraisal or a price guide, it gives us something different. And also, of course, we get the report when we get the email. We get a postcode report, we get lead generation, the sign reports, all that sort of thing that we can then use to our advantage to help with that lead, to help not only just get that lead, but also to close that lead.